to all you beautiful people. 'Tis the season. Now, I understand that a lot of you don't like the winter. I get it. But to me, I dig the holidays. And as a Sagittarian, I can legally open carry a bow and arrow. That's in the Bible, and you can't argue with the Bible. But most importantly, there's a special day that takes place. And I'm very excited because this very winter, I have been married to my lady love for 30 years. Now, I know political correctness demands I call her my partner, but we had to cough up $68 for a marriage certificate. That kind of cash makes her my wife. That's $40 a piece. I love telling everyone how I met her because it's so magical. Uh, I was over in Ireland and I was touring the castles, and I look up and there she is, my poofy haired dream girl, cutest smile, and turned to a complete idiot. the only I walk over to her and the only words I could say were, "I don't know if you'll have it, but from this day on, my heart belongs to you." That story, of course, is total bullshit. Uh, uh, the real way, though, is almost as romantic. It didn't happen in Ireland, but in the equally magical land of Detroit. I used to be a teacher. Let that sink in. Training students to do clinics for the car companies. But this was my last job doing this because I had landed a gig as a TV producer down in sunny Florida. Big bucks, beaches filled with girls in bikinis. So I'm looking at this big window and I'm just daydreaming. And the guy who's running the thing, the guy in charge, comes over and says, "Greg, let me introduce you to your students." I turn around and all I see are the most beautiful big brown eyes ever. And I don't, you can believe in God or the powers that be or not. I saw this girl shine. Holy shit. There she was, my dream girl. God put her right in front of me. I didn't exactly say, I don't know if you'll have it, but from this day on, my heart belongs to you. But it was pretty close.
The first words he ever said to me were, "Oh shit."
Well, I'm moving to Florida as a TV producer with a beach full of bikinis. At that moment, I may not have understood God's timing. I had some questions like, I am leaving in a month. Why are you having her show up in my life now? Bikinis. Sam, that poor girl, barely 21, and she cannot understand why this teacher guy is not talking to her. So finally she corners me. She goes, "What is your deal?" And I go, My deal is that I am moving away from Detroit. I am out of here. But then you show up. You show up, and I know who you are. We're supposed to fall in love and then get married. And then she looks at me like I peed on her leg, and I say, "Well, I'm not too happy about it either." Lady Love will tell you to this day that she thought I was beyond cocky and delusional. And I, to this day, simply point to her wedding ring. And she married me twice. First time long ago, it was a beautiful day by a lake with a huge tree. We had about 30 people at the wedding, five of who we knew. They just wandered over, had no idea who we were. Not one of them, not one of them brought a present. They ate the cake, ate the damn cake. Not one present. Second time was at our 25th wedding anniversary. We weren't going to make a big deal out of it, but Sam had joined the Catholic faith. And when they found out that the first time we got married by a lake under a big tree instead of in a church, oh, no, no, no. We had forgotten to invite Jesus, which explains why our boy childs are hell spawn. Retrospect. The priest was cool. He said, it's clear you guys love each other, been together for 25 years, you have two children, but unfortunately, marriage is only recognized within the house of the Lord. And then I just asked, well, didn't Jesus make the lake and the tree? And he said, well, picture it this way. Jesus was there. He's always there. He's always there. But he was on the other side of the lake. To which this guy says, couldn't Jesus just walk across the water? I was uninvited to my own wedding by my wife. I had to Zoom call it in from across the street. When we were first together, she was still in college. She graduated in 3 years. 3 years, Dean's List, all 3 years. But when she would brag about me, she would go full Pontiac, little bunny foo-foo attitude. I got a man. He's 10 years older than me. You all still dating boys we knew in high school. Yeah, and your boy, he failed ninth grade, didn't even graduate with us. You dating remedial. My man has his own townhouse, 10 years older, and he has his own kitchen and TV and part of a couch. When my man graduated high school, I was 7 years old. Didn't ask me to the prom because it's illegal. I threw my holly hobby across the floor, but I understood because my man had to wait for me. That's what men do. They understand patience. 10 years older. My man knows all kinds of man things. You still got boys, boobies, tuning Tokyo. My man knows how to do that light touch like an artist with a paintbrush. He knows how to do that sensual, deep rub right on my forehead when I'm spazzing out because I have my seventh jolt. Cherry bomb. Yeah, she used to brag about me all the time. I got a man. 10 years older. That is long gone. Now it's, I am 50 years old and I am raising 3 children, the 2 boys and my husband. And he's the worst one. So there's that. She puts up with me. I call her my gorgeousness and she calls me George. It's easier for her to get through the day if she believes she married George Clooney. Seriously, seriously. Here is a picture that is on her desk at work. A successful marriage has to be give and take. She knows I'm an ass clown. No shame. And I accept her conversational detours. Oh, did I tell you about Jenny? Who's Jenny? You've met Jenny. I went to high school with her cousin, the red hair. She used to be married to Dylan. Everyone called him Dewdrop because he tried out for the Seattle Seahawks, but he couldn't catch. He works near the Christmas tree farm, the one that my sister Tannen couldn't go to with us because of her phobia. Bigfoot. But then she went to go get her vaccination from that nice Korean doctor. You know, the one who collected the vintage Ovaltine containers. Oh my God, I didn't even know they made Ovaltine anymore. Last time I had Ovaltine was with Cam and Christy when we went camping in Vermont. Do not feed the bears. That's what everybody said. Poor Cam did not listen. But those park rangers in Vermont, they were so professional and so nice. Remember, they were the ones who told us about the local diner that had the falafels. We didn't even know what falafel. What does any of this have to do with Jenny? Jenny? She stopped by work the other day. Oh my God. Take the long way home, Supertramp. You're learning to laugh at those early days. When we started off, we were poor. We only had the one car, so I would have to go pick up Lady Love at the bus stop at the end of the day, and it was right next to a Hardee's. Zachary was only 5 years old, and he had to go pee, so we go into the Hardee's. When we come back out, the car is gone, and it's freezing rain, and there's no cell phones back then. So I wrap Zachary up in my coat and we hike a mile home. And when we get home, Lady Love is standing in the doorway. Where have you been? I came home. No one. We thought it was a nice day to take a walk. In the freezing rain? What is wrong with you? Zachary's going to get sick. Well, here's a fun story. Zachary had to go to the bathroom. So when we came back out of Hardee's, somebody had taken our car. Well, you better get out of that freezing rain. So you didn't bring home any Hardee's? So fast forward a few years, and it's summertime, and I'm over at my work desk, and Lady Love is out on the deck, just enjoying the sunshine. We got the screen door between us. All the neighbors are out in their yard. I got music playing, and Belle Biv DeVoe comes on. And I've heard this song, but they were long after my time. But I know that there's a part where one of the guys raps, smack it, flip it, hose it down, or something like that. So I turned to Lady Love and I said, "Hey, sweetheart, what's that guy say there?" And she says, "Smack it up, flip it, rub it down." Sorry, what's he say? Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. What? Smack the flipper down. She stands up and screams, "Smack it up, flip it, rub it down." And I nod, smiling, as she realizes the neighbors can't see me, only her crazy ass, alone on the deck. "Smack it up, flip it, rub it down." No, no, not you, Ron. "Morning, Miss Tawanda." Hardee's. 30 years together, you develop your own communication skills. It's not exactly selective hearing. It's more like we can have separate conversations together. And we're okay with that. We're watching some British baking show, and she's scrolling through her phone. So technically, I'm watching her show, uh, which 10 years ago I probably would have bitched about, but now I'm invested in Paul and Prue. "Oh, that pineapple tart is totally squidgy." So anyway, she's scrolling, never looking up, and she blurts something out. I heard her, but I need to confirm. "Did you just say ass full of raisins?" What? Why would I say that? Then what did you say? I don't know, something about Reese's Pieces, I think. You just said it. How could you already forget it? I wasn't paying attention when I said it. I've just been handed the verdict. It says ass full of raisins. You also learn what drives your lady wild. Yeah, after 30 years, you better know. Um, Lady Love works her ass off, long days. So I knew she would be wiped out when she came home. But for our anniversary, I wanted to do something special. So I meet her at the door. I take her coat. I give her a glass of wine. And then I take her hand and I lead her into the other room where I have a chair set up. I have her take a seat and I look into her eyes and say, I want you to just watch. I step back and I take off all my clothes, strip down. Then I lean over, give her a little of that butt action, and I do the dishes. "Oh, you like that? Look at your man scrubbing this pan. This dirty, dirty pan." You missed a spot. "Oh, where?" "By the handle." Let's watch the British baking show. I have had a smile on my face for 30 years. And that Lady Love Magic, it's still going strong. Let me close with something that happened a few weeks ago. We had just clicked over into November. We were coming home from a lovely dinner, no kids, and we're driving home holding hands. I love that we still hold hands like we're dating. And we're in that comfortable silence. You know what I mean? Where you don't have to force a conversation anymore. You simply enjoy the peaceful quiet together. We passed this house that has its Christmas lights up already, totally decked out. And Lady Love screams, fat, fat man, fat turkey man. Then the demons leave her body and she says, I was trying to say, wait your turn, fat man. Thanksgiving comes first. Well, I knew what I was talking about. Well, I did not, but I am forever committed to this journey together. And that's what it's really all about. Finding that person to share the journey with you. Finding that person who becomes your journey. When you wake up every morning with a smile because you know they're right beside you, but you also have no idea what's going to happen today. I am so excited to see what the next 30 years bring. You are forever my gorgeousness.
Smack it up, flip it, rub it down.